Today is all about books and supernatural musical female rage. Welcome to Teacup for One. My name is Matt and I have 2 degrees and we are back in New York City for day 2 of the New York trip. And it's crazy that it's only day 2. As Alex said yesterday, I can't remember if it was on camera or not. Yesterday felt like a whole month. We did a lot. Today we have 2 shows booked. We're starting off with the matinee of Death Becomes Her. Then tonight we are going to go see Teeth the musical in the Splash Zone. Splatter Zone? Hopefully it's going to end with me covered in fake stage blood. But. Before that, I'm starting off the morning right. I'm going to Magnolia Cafe, which is a place that the internet, as well as one of my friends, highly recommends for banana pudding, because what better breakfast than banana pudding? And then I'm going to be going to Books of Wonder, which is kind of like the IRL shop around the corner from You've Got Mail, because, well, Wizard of Oz related reasons. And then I'm hoping to go to the New York Public Library again, kind of because of Wizard of Oz related reasons. Let's go. Oh, wow, and it looks like there's already a line. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Matt Reviews New York Foods. Today we are trying a New York classic, the banana pudding from Magnolia Bakery. So it looks like it's bananas and pudding and wafers. Let's get a bite with all of that in there. Whoop. What? It's good. It's good. I mean, if you like bananas and if you like pudding, you will like this. Okay, no lie. That banana pudding is actually delicious. Like the heftiness and the size of the slices of bananas as well as the wafers. Oh, so good. Like the texture, the flavor experience, all of it. The mouth feel, great. But now it is around 10:30. Books of Wonder, the next place I want to go to today, opens up at 11. And I'm hoping to find a souvenir store on the way because I really want to pick up like a white I Love New York shirt for Teeth tonight. Well, that's one thing checked off the list. I found a souvenir store. I found a classic white I Love New York shirt. It was $15, which like not out of the question, but still I feel like back in my day, those shirts used to go for like $10 or less. Also, it is suspiciously hard to find pigeon merchandise in New York City. I just got a coffee from a place called Gregory's Coffee, which walking past it, I was like, this looks like a nice, cute little independent shop. But granted, that's the same thing I thought like 15 years ago in New York. I thought I discovered this trendy little independent Mexican food place, and it was a Chipotle. Anyway, it's coffee. Ooh, it's good. It's coffee. So as I'm walking down 6th Avenue, I passed by Waldy's Pizza. I want to take a moment of silence for Waldy's Pizza. I knew that they were no longer in operation. They were my favorite pizza place in the entire city back when I used to frequent visiting the city a lot more. I knew they were closed, but I didn't realize that the facade was still up. So close and yet so far. I see it. Books of Wonder is a children's bookstore in the middle of Manhattan, which, fun fact, was the inspiration for Shop Around the Corner from my cat Sassy's favorite movie, You've Got Mail. Rest in peace, Sassy. Books of Wonder carries all the latest and greatest children's books, but the shop actually started as an antique children's book dealer, and that's still a huge part of what they do today, including a massive section of the store dedicated to vintage Wizard of Oz publications. And if you can't afford a first edition Oz book, they've got you covered with their exclusive facsimile collection. And we have a special guest to tell us all about that. We found Tara from down the Yellow Brick Pond. What up? So, can you tell me about these beautiful Books of Wonder exclusive books that we have right here?
Yes, of course. So, we have all 14 of Mom's books, and they're right up over here. We start with Wonderful Wizard of Oz and go all the way to Glinda of Oz. And these are the original productions of these books. So, they're all facsimile productions of them. And even behind all of the book jackets, there's the original covers, which is really fun to discover. And some of them have messages from our owner at Books of Wonder. They're just the best.
They are the best. You're the best.
Thanks for coming in.
Of course, everyone, check out Down the Yellow Brick Pod. We love them.
Woo!
Woo! That store is magical. If you like I almost did a Matt Reviews Disney Foods bit. Unintentionally, I was going to say, if you like books, and if you like wonder, you will like that. But no, that is actually true. Like, it feels so nostalgic, like, for a childhood bookstore that I never had. So yeah, main takeaway here, if you're in the city, and if you have any interest in Oz, or children's books, or if you have kids, take them to that bookstore. And also, if you're a fan of Oz, listen to Down the Yellow Brick Pod. Is it weird that I really want this chocolate bar to hit me? It's 12:30. We have an hour and a half before death becomes her. Normally, my inclination would be, let's get to the theater as soon as possible, but this is New York. Everything's in walking distance. There's so much to see, so much to do. So I'm going to check something really quickly off of my to-do list for this trip. We're going to go to the New York Public Library and we're going to read a book. No, we're not going to read a book. Apparently they have this really cool free exhibit with at least 2 things that speak to my heart and speak to my childhood. So we're going to go check that out before the death shenanigans begin at 2. We're here! Oh my gosh. And the stone lions are wearing Christmas wreaths like little collars. And actually, I did not look this up, but I am almost positive that these stone lions... Oh my gosh, someone's getting married! Good for them. I'm almost positive that these stone lions are the same lions or inspired the lion statues in The Wiz that the lion, like, cracks himself out of. So, that's fun. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, and look at that tail. Good boy. Yes, and this is actually what we're here for. The Polonsky Exhibition. Free. I was not prepared for how much this place feels like a museum. I see them. I see my friends. The New York Public Library has been home to the original Winnie the Pooh friends since 1987. Yes, these are the original plush toys owned by the real, not Ewan McGregor Christopher Robin, who was gifted a stuffed bear from Harrods on his first birthday in 1921. The bear was originally named Edward, but after a trip to the London Zoo, Christopher renamed him Winnie, after a Canadian black bear named for Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Winnie the Pooh.
Eventually, Christopher's father, A.A. Milne, was inspired to write a series of children's stories inspired by Christopher and his plush toys, and now, over 100 years later, they are still here for everyone to enjoy. Except for Roo. According to Wikipedia, Roo was lost. But the rest, Tigger, Kanga, Piglet, Pooh, Eeyore, can't forget Eeyore, they're all here. And I think in this area is the second thing I really wanted to see. Ooh, hold on. The Wiz? Oh wow, so this is an original souvenir program from the OG production of The Wiz. Music from Ease On Down the Road. And it looks like, yeah, it has actual annotations on it. Okay, so this is seemingly the original pen and ink drawing of Dorothy being carried by the winged monkeys by W.W. Denslow from 1900, which would have been incorporated into the first edition of Wizard of Oz. I just picked up a facsimile copy of the original edition of Wizard of Oz, so in theory, this image should be there. It's hard for my brain to reconcile that this is the actual original hand-inked illustration, because it looks just so crisp and so pristine. Like, it's hard to imagine that someone actually did that. I think this is an original Houdini poster. Oh wait, what if I just do this? Now he's right side up in the water torture cell. Oh, this is cute. So this is the cue book for the original West Side Story from 1957. And this is definitely like right before One Hand, One Heart. I think that's the name of the song. The scene that takes place in the bridal shop. And you've got some of the iconic lines like, "I'm frightened enough for the both of you," and apparently that is when Q34 would happen. And speaking of West Side, we have costume designs from the original production. And of course, we don't have Lieutenant Shrank or Pepe being represented. It's always the case. Planet Hollywood, but we're in New York! Dun dun dun! There's a chicken guy. There's a chicken guy. Alex is back.
Hi.
We're about to see Death Becomes Her, but first, the bleachers were closed yesterday, the famous Times Square bleachers. Alex has a tradition. I don't know what it is, but he's going to do it right now. There he goes. Come with me to see Death Becomes Her on Broadway, but not really because I already went and you weren't there. First, we had to check out the merch booth. Death Becomes Shirt, Death Becomes Tote, Death Becomes Mug, Death Becomes Shot Glass, but of course I got a magnet. I also had to check out the specialty cocktail selection. There were lots of great, reasonably priced options, but I'm still recouping from that $35 cocktail at Back to the Future, so I didn't get a bottoms-up moment. Let's talk about this show. It kills. It slays. It's one of the funniest things I've seen in years and one of the most visually spectacular shows I've seen, like, ever. No spoilers, but the effects and theatrical magic were nothing short of jaw-dropping. Speaking of jaw-dropping, this cast. No weak links. I wanted to see Megan Hilty perform live for years. She did not disappoint. And for my money, one of the standout performances came from Torian Everett as Chagall. He delivered an ethereal, otherworldly presence that's so crucial to the world building for this show. He commanded every scene he was in. And let's talk about Jennifer Simard. Throw every award at her. She is absolutely like a vocal and comedic powerhouse. I can't think of the last time someone made me laugh as much as she did. The big takeaway, this show is everything I could have asked for, a near perfect Broadway experience. I hope it lives forever. Let's talk about Death Becomes Her. I said this to Alex when we were en route to the Greenwich Village after. Actually, I don't know if you've seen that in the video yet, but either way.
I think it's Greenwich.
No, well, that's what you think. I'm hesitant to make a bold statement like it's the best show I've ever seen on Broadway, and I'm still not sure if I would make that claim. But I am considering making that claim. I don't think it's a show without flaws, but I think it's a pretty well executed show on pretty well all fronts. Yeah, one of my big qualms with Back to the Future, the musical, is that I am not particularly engaged by any of the songs musically. And I didn't have that issue with Death Becomes Her. So the caveat being that I didn't love the music, like to the point where there were any musical themes or any songs that I could sing for you right now that really stuck with me. But in the moment of watching the show, I definitely felt like every song had a purpose. I felt like it was musically competent and I enjoyed listening to it, and just the cast was so good. I mean, we did get to see all of the current cast, so there weren't any understudies on. There have been a few understudy instances, which I would have been fine with. In fact, I would have been excited by. But to see the OG cast for this production, I think is a pretty special thing.
I had a good time. Again, big budget, big production, as said. Proper Broadway show. I had a really good time. For me, I liked the movie Death Becomes Her, and so that might give it a bit more, I don't know, excitement for me, but the musical version, I think, lacks a substance that the movie had. Just overall, it's in that similar category of, like, I wouldn't be rushing to see this one again, except for the fact that I like the movie, and it's a good time. So, like, I mean, the same way I would see Back to the Future if somebody gave me, like, free tickets or whatever, I'd see it ad infinitum. But, like, when in the sea of musicals that I've seen before that have touched me, that have engaged me on a more... a more meaningful level. These Death Becomes Her is not one of those.
It didn't touch you emotionally?
On a more meaningful level is what I said, but yeah.
Live forever. We just saw Death Becomes Her. Now we're heading back to the Greenwich Village region to give them a chance to redeem themselves for pizza.
Apparently it's pronounced Greenwich.
No, Greenwich. It's the Elphaba region.
Oh, okay.
The Elphaba neighborhood. Wait, no, Greenwich?
Yeah.
I actually knew that. I was going for a bit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so
get it?
again.
Greenwich. Okay, yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, let's try it again. Hold on.
I think it's pronounced Greenwich.
Is it?
I think so. That's what I heard.
Okay. We're heading to the... Again, it's hard to say. We're heading to the Greenwich Village to give them a chance to redeem themselves for pizza. And... Ooh! It's like we're on the Titanic. Okay. Oh yeah, and Cronut. Okay, so we just arrived. We're going to go...
Get cronuts? You go to the cronut place?
Okay, so we just arrived. We're going to get cronuts. Go to the cronut place. It's cronut time.
Cronut time!
Cronut time. They might be sold out. It's kind of late in the day.
Yeah. I mean, they're supposed to close at 7, but...
Oh, yeah, no. Like, I think they'll be open. Just the cronuts might be gone.
Sure.
We'll see, though. Dominique Ansel is a pastry chef who either invented and or popularized the cronut, an elusive croissant-donut hybrid treat that's taken the dessert world by storm over the past decade. The Dominique Ansel Bakery features a different filled cronut every month. However, they are notorious for selling out if you get there too late in the day. Tragedy struck. the cronut was sold out for the day, but we're going to indulge in a cookie shot filled with Madagascar vanilla milk. All right, let's shoot the cookie. Oh, wow.
Sweet. My impulse is to like bite into it, but I know
Mine
that
too.
will just result in disaster.
Do you think it'll like crumble the whole structural integrity and like?
Well, no, I mean with the milk.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I want to bite into it while I sip, but.
Yeah, then the milk would pour out. Of the
Yeah,
cookie and
yeah.
get everywhere.
Okay. That is good milk.
I was just expecting chocolate lining on the inside.
Oh, absolutely. Well, no, I think it makes sense. I think you need like the hard chocolate shell to avoid the milk from soaking into the cookie right away.
Sure.
We've made it to Bleeker Street Pizza. Now, Alex, what do we do if they're sold out of pizza?
We can get a calzone maybe.
Nice.
We could ask just for like some of their leftover ingredients in like a cup, like some
Nice.
pepperoni, some
Nice.
pepperoncini.
Maybe they'll have like a
chili
pizza
flakes.
shot, like pizza dough in a shot glass.
Or
with
marinara.
inside of it. Yeah.
marinara and
Yeah.
a pizza dough.
Yeah, lined with melted cheese.
Yeah,
I mean, this
crusted.
is kind of a
Crusted.
meme, but I also want to make this now because I think we're onto something.
If you think you can make pizza dough,
Yeah,
then do it.
I have bought pizza dough and I've cooked it.
Yeah, but I'm like every pizza, like you need to bake at like 500 to 800 degrees, which I don't think you have access to. So 5 maybe, but that's above like most pizzas are.
Right.
Your conventional oven can't get to the heat that would produce the same kind of a pizza and the same kind of effect on the dough that you would get at a pizza restaurant.
I'm buying a pizza oven. Much like at the airport, Alex and I ended up getting the exact same thing. So we've got one pepperoni and one grandma, one spicy grandma. And that was Bleeker Street Pizza. I have to say, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that pizza. Now, was it traditional New York pizza? No, it was super thick. I described it to Alex as though it was all the things I love about Pizza Hut pizza without being too heavy. So there was a nice texture at the bottom. I appreciated the crunch on the exterior of the dough, as well as the chewiness on the interior of the dough. But the dough was also a little bit uncooked. I liked it. I was into it. The cheese had this really nice chewy texture, kind of akin to what Alex described yesterday's pizza, equating it kind of to like a poutine cheese curd experience. The volume of pepperoni was a flavor experience that I personally appreciated. Yeah, all in all, not to compare one pizza place to another, but if I compare how much I spent on this pizza versus how much I spent on pizza last night, I would come back here. There it is. Alex, what do you think?
I wouldn't come back here. I'd go to the other place.
Really?
I also wouldn't go back to the other place. Siber truck?
Look, it's one of these cars. All right, so we are on our way to Teeth. Now, as much as I've been saying that having a hotel in such a prime location is a blessing, the flip side of that is that sometimes you, meaning me, Matt, gets too comfortable with how long it'll take to get places. So the show starts in like
navigating through like parting the sea of Times Square.
that as well.
It's just a sea of people.
Turning left here. And I think it's somewhere up here. But anyway, yeah, we're seeing Teeth, and it's kind of like the inversion of our Back to the Future experience, because I've never seen Teeth the movie, and it's one of Alex's top 5 favorite movies.
Nope.
So this is us before Teeth, and this is us after Teeth. Come with me to New World Stages to see Teeth the Musical, but not really because I already went and you weren't there. I saw one of the last performances before they closed, so merch was running low, but I still got my magnet. I sat in the front row for this show. I was so close I could literally touch the stage, but it wasn't just the front row, it was front row of the splatter zone, so please enjoy these before and after images. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's discuss this show. Teeth the Musical is based on the 2007 horror comedy movie of the same name. If you know, you know. And I knew the show would be a fun time, but I wasn't prepared for just how good it would be. The ensemble was incredible. This show was shocking in a way theater has not shocked me for years, and out of all the new musicals I saw on this trip, Back to the Future, Death Becomes Her, and Teeth by far had my favorite score. Again, the whole cast was great, but my standout performer for me had to be Andy Carl as the preacher, as well as the doctor. Killer vocals, hilarious character work, and he also sprayed me with the most blood, so thanks for that. Unfortunately, the run has ended. However, the whole cast recording is currently available on Spotify. I highly recommend giving it a listen. Dentata, dentata, dentata. We are in the future. We are here right now. We are going to tell you our thoughts on Teeth. I enjoyed the musical a lot more than I thought I would. I knew I'd have a good time, but the material, I really appreciate the material. To that point in our trip, Like, that was the music that engaged me the most. And the cast, I don't think there was really a weak link, and this was the kind of like small ensemble show that I super appreciate, because it really gives everyone a chance to shine in their own way, and they just went for it. The show went from 0 to 100 not really quickly, but it was a steady climb, and it got to a point where I was legitimately shocked, and I haven't been shocked by a theater piece in a long time. In some ways, it might be the best piece of theater I've seen this year, but we'll see once I see Cabaret and Sunset Boulevard.
I had a good time. Saw the movie, liked the movie. Yeah, like it was a really fun adaptation with some really engaging performers. My shout out goes to the preacher,
The pastor,
preacher, pastor slash
Dr.
The gynecologist. Yeah, he was. He was great as the pastor, but when his little moment as the gynecologist was a stand-up moment.
Agent of Darkness reporting for duty. Just a little more humor.
I feel like I fully agree. I do. I think the entire cast was great, but he was a standout, and he's someone that, like I've mentioned to you, I've seen before in other shows. His name is Andy Carl. I think he's actually Tony nominated. He was Tony nominated for playing Rocky in Rocky, not Rocky Horror, Rocky the Boxer. I also saw him in Mystery of Edwin Drood, and so I didn't know he was in it until like researching the show after we picked up the tickets, and when I saw that, I thought like, okay, I'm extra engaged now.
As I said before, I guess I like to be not critical, but like to me, Teeth, wasn't the most substantive musical,
right?
In terms of like the depth or the layering or whatever, and it was just a fun, time seeing the show. But like, I didn't walk away with any profound message or anything like that.
Okay, fair. I mean, for my part, I agree and I disagree. I do feel like it was a thought-provoking musical because, if nothing else, it led to us talking for like at least half an hour to an hour about the themes of the show and how successfully or not successfully it examined them. And for my money, I feel like if theater can engage in some kind of discussion, even just by presenting an idea and then having people compelled to talk about it, for me, that's more successful than like a piece of, let's say, fluff, for lack of a better word, that has no substance. So yeah, whether or not it was thought-provoking in a way that was new or original, jury's still out for me, but I think just by merit of the fact that it was a clever satire about serious topics done in a ridiculous, funny way, that's the kind of theater that I find really valuable and something that I appreciate. And if I can have a good time while still being compelled to think a little bit, like, yeah, two teeth up.
Okay, it's late, but I realized the Rockefeller Center tree might still be up. We haven't seen it yet. We're gonna go see the tree. It's not that tree.
Is that the tree?
No, it's not that tree either. Imagine if that was the tree I made us leave the hotel to see.
That's not as good as that one. Maybe it is that.
Look at that tree.
I did.
That's not the tree.
Oh, well, that's a pretty impressive tree, so if the tree's
No,
better than that.
the tree's gonna be better than that. Now, this is like the cronut. It might not be there anymore. Alex just called me out on the fact that I don't actually know where the tree is. I'm just making an educated wish and following my heart until we find where I think it is.
That's a terrible plan.
No, it's a great plan. I suspect we're going to turn this corner and see it.
This is the tree?
Yeah, this is the tree. So seemingly, if you want to see the tree, like a really good view of the tree, you have to pay to skate. But that doesn't matter because Alex found something better. This thing is going to create us. It does. Okay, so this window is like the best view I'm going to get with the tree, so.
Whoa. There it is.
Okay, say tree on 3. Ready? 1, 2,
Tree!
You got the joke. There's something really magical and scary in that window. Do you see it, Alex?
I think, what, you're saying about the headless...
Yes, the headless dancing people. Look at them go.
Hey, guys.
Why do they not have bodies?
They don't need bodies.
Are they possessed?
By dentata?
Okay, we found a better angle for the tree. Alex, one more time. Get in that. Okay, here we go. So same thing. On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, tree. Tree. Yeah, good. It is incredible what a difference a few hours can make. Remember earlier today, like 13 hours ago, I was here at Magnolia to get banana pudding, and it was all so pristine. Look, now it's just filled with garbage bags. There are probably more garbage bags in there than there were human beings this morning. Although one could say that the humans were the real garbage. I'm counting myself in that.